Yo, this is Real Talk E. Welcome to the locker room. We talk nothing but basketball. If you want to be part of the locker room, you obviously have to be part of the team. In order for you to be part of the team, you have to subscribe and share the video to not only be part of the team in the locker room, but to also be a part of our daily basketball conversations, so that you don't miss nights of basketball like this. Now, before I even start, I apologize for any outside noise. My neighbors are getting construction, and they've been getting construction for like months now. It's low-key getting me tight, but it is what it is. That's their problem. But I apologize. If you guys hear it, I apologize if it gets in the middle of the video. Please forgive me. Now, yesterday was 2 games going on, and the day before that was 2 games going on. And I know I have not been consistent. I apologize from the bottom of my heart, because I know I'm supposed to be uploading every single day. It's the playoffs. Everybody want to know everybody's opinion on their team, on other teams, on like what's going on in the NBA. I know. And I apologize. But I'm here now, and I'm going to try to not miss another day of basketball and videos again, alright? I'm sorry. First game we're going to be talking about. Let's talk about yesterday's games, and then we move on to the night before. We had the Sixers go up against the Celtics, and this game couldn't be any better. I mean, it was a lot of back and forth, but then the Sixers go on a lead, and they held on to that lead. They go on a run, hold on to the lead, and the Celtics just not the same. They're not playing hard enough. They don't have the same hunger as not only last year, but just like right before the playoffs. They didn't have the same hunger as they had then. And I was able to tell this from the Hawks series, because let's be honest, bro. It's the playoffs. Matchups matter. Yeah. But the Celtics should have never lost 2 games to the Hawks. And now that they are facing the Sixers, they're going back to Philly, and they're down 1. This game 6 is a win or go home for Boston. Jason Tatum, last 2 or 3 games, he's been coming out cold. He's over missing his first 8 shots. He's missing the first 4 shots. He's doing a lot of terrible things on offense that he should not be doing. He's way too good to be having cold starts, these slow starts. Jaylen Brown is going to need more than just scoring. I know he got defense, but he's going to need some hard playing, like some heart. Not saying that he don't have it, but it just does not show right now. The Celtics don't look like they want to go to the NBA Finals again. They look like they tell themselves they want to, but they don't have the hunger to do it. They don't have the heart to do it. They're not ready for that. That's what they look like right now. And this was the same team that we were all saying was the best team in basketball. They were the best built team in basketball. And they have the same guys, if not even better now. They had time to build chemistry. They are pretty much the same athletes, and they look worse. They look worse now than they did back then. And they still have the potential to turn it up. They just need it to click. They need to win game 6 and then go back to Boston and win game 7. I don't know if Philly could close out the Celtics. I know it's in Philadelphia, but I just don't think the Sixers could do it. I'm sorry. I think the Celtics going to win game 6. They've been in this situation before. They've been in this position before. They know what it takes. They know what it needs, from them to be able to move to the next round. And it's going to take a lot of heart, a lot of game, and a lot of hard play. You'll need to dive for 50-50 balls. You're going to need to get offensive boards. They're going to need to make shots. They're going to need their star player, Jason Tatum, to come out swinging. Please, get to the basket. Let's stop taking these threes to start off the game. Straight to the basket, to the basket, to the basket. Just drive. No stopping. If you got to put Joel Embiid in foul trouble, please do that. Drive. And trust me, bro, I don't hate the Sixers. I'm happy for the Sixers. But I'm speaking for the Celtics right now. You have to do something, because what you guys are doing now is not working. And then for the Sixers, honestly, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing because the Celtics are overcomplicating your offense. They're making their defense work harder than your offense. So keep doing what you're doing. They are struggling to guard James Harden. They're struggling to stop him. They're struggling to decide if they want him to be a passer or a scorer. So just do what you do. Joel Embiid, super dominant. They can't do nothing by Joel Embiid. He gets whatever he wants, whenever he wants. Al Horford might get a couple stops here and there. The rest of the Celtics might get a block or two on him or whatever, but overall he gets whatever he wants. Wherever he wants and whenever he wants. There's nothing that the Celtics could do about him. So if they are going to move to the next round, Joel Embiid, James Harden, and Tyrese Maxey need to come out and play their best basketball. Yesterday's game from Tyrese Maxey was his best game yet in the playoffs. He went, I know before the fourth quarter, he was like 4 for 6 from 3. I don't know how much he ended with. I didn't check that. But he had like 30 something points. And all of his points were super important. Super important. They needed that from him. Tobias Harris had like 16 points. Timely turnover at the end, but it is what it is. It's fine. They won the game, so we'll forget that. Don't worry. But 16 points, great from him. The Sixers had a click in last night. And if they could find a way to come back tomorrow on Thursday and close out the Celtics, then they have a chance to go up against the Miami Heat and Jimmy Butler. Now that will be interesting because, if you guys don't know, the Sixers chose to keep Tobias Harris and let go of Jimmy Butler. So now we get to see these two teams in action. We get to see Bam Adebayo versus Joel Embiid in action. We get to see James Harden versus whoever they have on the other side to guard him in action. We get to see who's going to stop Tyrese Maxey. What is going to happen on this team? How will these two teams guard each other? Now, if the Celtics manage to win Game 6 and they manage to win Game 7 and they face the Heat, it's going to be a rematch from the bubble. I think the last time these two teams faced each other, the Heat won. I lied, actually. No. The last time these two teams faced each other was, I believe it was last year in the conference finals. Celtics beat them. Jimmy Butler tried to take that shot. You know, he's trying to win the game. He did not want to go to overtime. And, Celtics got that. But before that, it was in the bubble. So right now they're 1-1 against each other in the playoffs. At least in recent years. So if they face each other again, then we get to see how that turns out. But again, for the Sixers, keep doing what you're doing. If you got to make minor tweaks, mid-game or whatever, go do that. DeAnthony Melton had a bad game. But that's not going to be like that forever. He's going to come out and he's going to give some scoring off the bench. He has a lot of shots that they're going to give him. So it is what it is. Take those shots. PJ Tucker, they're going to keep leaving him open. Fine, y'all can do that. But when it comes down to the end of the game, now you have to put a body on him because he's going to hit an important shot somehow, sometime, somewhere in the game. You have to put a body on him, at least at the end of the game. The last 6 minutes of the fourth quarter, put a body on him. Because eventually he's going to hit a shot. I'm telling you, y'all cannot leave him open. For the Celtics. For the Sixers, again, keep doing what you guys are doing. Do not change a thing. Unless you're trying to make minor tweaks in the middle of the game or whatever, because the Celtics are starting to figure you out, go ahead. But other than that, keep doing what you're doing, because they are overcomplicating everything that you're doing. And we all know what happens when you overcomplicate things. It never turns out well. Our next game of the night, we had the Suns go up against the Nuggets. And I'm not going to lie to you, I would be mad that the Suns lost to the Nuggets, but I can't be mad because they were not playing hard either. They come out here, they're playing soft, they're shooting a lot, they're not going to the basket, they're not driving in the paint time after time after time. You got the others missing shots, they missing threes that they should be making. Kevin Durant, Devin Booker just playing too soft. They're not the same as they were the last 2 games. Jokic came out triple-double. Jokic is way more effective when he's having a triple-double and when he's passing the ball more, he's way more productive and it contributes to a lot more wins than when he's just putting up points. 50 points, 60 points, 80 points, 40 points from Jokic is not it. Leave that up to Luka. All those 40, 50, 80 point triple-doubles, leave them to Luka. All the 50, 60 point games, leave that up to the Donovan Mitchells of the game, the Jamal Murrays of the game, the Devin Bookers. Leave that up to them. The Steph Currys. You need to be a lot more passive. Scoring. Last night he did a good job of scoring. He took 19 shots, made 11 of them. Super efficient. Great from that end. Jamal Murray was not having his best game for a while. Third quarter comes, the Suns started yapping and started talking they trash. Now all of a sudden he got it going. Now in the fourth quarter he's making every single shot. And the others started showing up because they're up by 20, so everybody else gets confidence and they show up and they play hard. And now all of a sudden, they getting 50-50 balls. Now they getting crazy dunks and now they making crazy shots that they were not making in the beginning of the game when it was close. And that is because Suns defense is terrible. It's atrocious. It's horrendous. And until they find a way to fix that, it's going to be the same thing time and time and time again. There's no help in the Suns. It's either they're going to outscore the Nuggets or they're going to need to find a way to get stops. And what we saw last night was not it. So when we go back to Phoenix needs to get it together. The Suns need to get it together. They need to find a way to win because this is not it. The Suns were outscored from 3. The Nuggets shot way more 3s than them. And they also got a lot more offensive rebounds than them. But it is what it is. When we go back home in Phoenix needs to play better. It's an elimination game just like the Celtics. Game 6 tomorrow night on Thursday is win or go home. Now the Suns usually do not perform well in these type of situations. We'll see tomorrow if anything has changed. And if something has changed, then thank God, bro. Because then we go back to Denver for Game 7. And hopefully we can still win on the road. If not, then the Suns go home. Nuggets move on to face whoever wins between the Lakers and the Warriors tonight. And with that being said, our next game of the night, we will be talking about the Lakers and the Warriors. Now, this series is actually very exciting, although it's down 3-1 for the Warriors. And the Warriors need to find a way to get it together. I mean, they got to win today at home. At home, this Game 5 right here for the Warriors is super important. They need to win it. If they don't win it, it's over. They're going to go home, and the Lakers face whoever wins between the Suns and the Nuggets. And if they win this game, then they force a Game 6, and they have to go win one in LA in order for them to come back for Game 7. Now, last game, there's a lot going on. There was a lot of back and forth, and then out of nowhere, the Warriors take a 12-point lead, and you expect that will be over, right? Like the Lakers usually used to tap out. They usually did not used to fight back, blah, 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 blah. No, this time they fall back, and they came back to win. They didn't come back just to tie the game and allow the Warriors go another run. No, they came back to win. And with like a minute left in the game, like the entire time, right? The entire game, the announcers are talking about Draymond Green has 20-something assists and only 2 turnovers. He has assists and only this amount of turnovers. And then what happened? Draymond Green gets like one big turnover in crunch time when it mattered the most, like a minute left. I believe he even got 2, but I know it's definitely one very important one. And then it was a jump ball after that. That AD won the tip. Pause. And Steph Curry gets the ball though. And on top of that, he didn't know if he had a timeout or not, I guess. So he decides to throw the ball out. He tried to throw it off a Laker. He ends up throwing it out like completely away from all Lakers. And the Warriors turn over the ball. Steph Curry turns over the ball. And the Lakers pretty much ice it. They win the game. And I said it in my last video. This win is very important for the Lakers. It's more important for the Lakers than it is for the Warriors. Because yes, the Warriors are down 3-1. Obviously, nobody wants to go down 3-1. So it is important for them. But for the Lakers, it's a lot more important. Because if the Warriors would have won this 2-2, go back to Golden State and win that one 3-2, they're not gonna lose Game 6. They're gonna close out the Lakers. Now, can the Warriors lose tonight? Can the Lakers close out the Warriors tonight? Will this be over for the Warriors? We'll see later. Now, our last game of the night, of last night, I should say, we had the Knicks go up against the Heat. Now, they're also down 3-1. The Heat are up. But I'm not going to lie, for this series, it's not so much to say because the Knicks, they did a good job this year, man. They made it to the playoffs. They beat the Cavs, which a lot of people did not have them winning. They make it to the second round. They still won against the Heat. No, you could say Jimmy Butler was injured, blah, 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 whatever. You know, things happen. It's the playoffs, buddy. People are going to get injured. Joel Embiid's playing with his knee tied. So, things happen, buddy. And on top of that, they don't have the best player on the court. Jimmy Butler is the best player on the court. And, unfortunately, he plays for the Heat, not for the Knicks. So, the Knicks are going to lose this series. I'm sorry. And the second best player on the court should be a Knicks player, but last game that they had was Bam Adebayo. With that, you're not going to win a game, any game, or a series. It's just not going to happen. And especially against this Heat defense and Heat culture, it's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. Knicks need to be better. And on top of that, they're also beating themselves by having their top 3 guys being super terrible from shooting and not efficient. And last time, Jalen Brunson had like 30 points, but they wasted that night from him. But it is what it is. You know, I got the Heat winning. I think everybody had the Heat winning. I also got the Lakers winning Game 6. I think they're going to lose today, Game 5. I got the Celtics winning Game 6. And then we'll talk about Game 7 when it gets there. Suns versus Nuggets, I don't even want to give a prediction. Honestly, I told you in the beginning of the year, my first ever video. If you don't believe me, go back and watch that video. I know the audio was terrible, but please go watch it. I said, if the Nuggets face the Suns in the playoffs, the Suns are getting smoked. I thought it was going to be a sweep, and every game was going to be lost by 30 points. Obviously, KD came to the Suns. Things changed, but it is what it is. It's still a really, really good team. The Suns won 2 games. Can they win a third one? I don't know. But anyways, that's enough of me rambling, chatting. It's time for y'all. Let me know what y'all think down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. This is Real Talk E, and it's time to leave the locker room. I'm going to catch y'all. Safety.